Hello, welcome to Homesteading Northwest Florida. Today is December 17th, 2025. I think it's a Wednesday. And, yeah, I don't think they predicted this, but it is 70 degrees on our thermometer. Oh, and we got Asian ladybugs. But 70 degrees on our thermometer, and I think they only said it was going to be like 63 or something like that, but I kind of thought, and I get up at like 7 o'clock in the morning, but we're doing our desk plywood cover to go around the toilet in our styrofoam room that is insulated, but we're covering this piece of plywood with some fiberglass reinforced plastic. FRP is what it's called. And I think I'm going to paint the other side of the plywood after this caulk dries a little bit. This is silicone caulk. That's what I do. I just plaster that to the top of the table with clear silicone caulk on the inside. And then white silicone caulk. I kind of make an edge here that's a protective edge, kind of like a bumper, and this edge I think I'm going to try to paint because it's kind of a lot sticking out and I want to close the pores of the wood. But I cover this edge also, and at first I clamp everything down and put a weight on top and try to smooth it down and get that silicone all underneath there. But this was some holes. I patched a few holes here. That's good penetration through to the whole thing, and it covers up the holes. You can't even tell that they were there. Great stuff, this FRP, especially in high humidity where your glasses would sweat onto a table. So I covered all my Chinese cheapo tables with FRP. Fiberglass reinforced plastic, so when the glasses sweat, they're not going to ruin the table or anything else, you know. And I did cut, and I used this to cut the FRP because this was longer. I cut a couple pieces off, and it's a rigid 4.5 inch on my angle grinder. Ooh, I'm getting attacked by Asian ladybugs. Metal cutting diamond blade. Yep, really good blade. I have a few, you know, I've gone through a few of them, but they last pretty long, and a lot of powder though. So either don't breathe it or, you know, wear a mask, and because yeah, a lot of dust when you cut this stuff. Plastic dust. Talk about microplastics. But yeah, you know, might as well use the stuff, I have it. And here I'm cutting up some of my cedar wood where I made the cedar wood post, and gonna use this for firewood. Doesn't really look like this is selling around our area. A lot of people have it for sale, and these are just the fletches, and this has been inside all year, so it's definitely seasoned compared to some of my other firewood that was punky. I got all the punky stuff inside, the punky oak wood. And yeah, the heat, this is where I store the FRP now, because this stuff is hard to store. You know, it's like a big sheet. It's very heavy when it's a large sheet and very floppy. So it's really something else to store this stuff. It's very difficult. So now I have it outside. I did have it inside for about 4 years because I did buy this when I first got here. Oh, it looks like an edge is cracked. Wonder if rats ate it. But yep, we've been doing some firewood prep, and really wish I had a helper. Anybody wants to come down here with a camper? Really wish I had a helper. This will get done someday. And here's the well, here's all the cedar trees that fell down in that tornado probably a year and a half ago now. And here is a sweet gum tree, which I think this might be getting cut up for firewood also, because that's pretty well seasoned. And I bet you the bark will come right off. But sweet gum doesn't have a lot of BTUs. It kind of burns kind of shitty. Not a great burning firewood tree. Neither does cedar, compared to oak. Oak is the king of all the firewood. And I do have this cedar long piece here, if anybody needs a mantle. But that's what the cedar end looks like that I cut those fletches, they're called fletches, off of there. So, very interesting. But the oak trees are the supreme. I also have this giant pine tree that always looks like it's gonna fall. I hope the wind is going to the west when it does. And a giant topped off oak tree. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with the green giant arborvitaes. But these are losing the inner stuff too. They're still fine. But a lot of the inner needles are falling off. Yep, no bees in the bee house. I didn't find any bee nests lately. So no bees in the bee house, and yeah. And this is my bay leaf tree, and I actually have used quite a few of these bay leaves to put in my beans that I cook. They add a nice flavor in there. And I just always kind of want to find ones that are not completely rotty looking, or you know, I just take the best ones. Here's Mustache the cat. Here's me talking. Yeah. Not time yet, but we'll probably eat some chicken on the porch. Not time yet. Bay leaves. I'm going to take some in.